I get started with this demonstration, let me read my copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. What that means is that everything that you hear in this demonstration is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Everything that you hear in this demonstration is the opinions of mine and others. Everything that you hear in this video that I call a demonstration is allegedly. I want to welcome everybody. Did y'all know that when Homeland Security raided P. Diddy's mansions, remember back in March, do y'all know that they found 1,000 or close to 1,000 or over 1,000 bottles of lubricant jelly and baby oil? Salute Jacqueline. I see you down there. Salute Jacqueline. We was all wondering, well, what did they find? Salute Mel. I see you, Mel. What did they find? Remember? Well, it's starting to come out, the things that they found. And anybody that I sent the link to, anybody is welcome to join me on the panel. If I didn't send you the link, just scroll up to the top. Let me pin the link to the top. Just stroll on up to the YouTube link and click on the link. Salute Bookworm. Salute Bookworm. Now I have the indictment in front of me. Now count one of the grand jury indictment is racketeering conspiracy. And the overview says, for decades, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P. Diddy, aka Diddy, aka PD, aka Love, the defendant abused, threatened, and coerced women and others around him to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. To do so, Combs relied on the employees, resources, and influence of the multifaceted business empire that he led and controlled, creating a criminal enterprise whose members and associates engaged in and attempted to engage in, among other crimes, sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, robbery, and obstruction of justice. Wow. Salute Sharon, salute Tammy, salute Tina, salute the full life. Once again, this is going to be an open panel. If you would like to join me on the panel, feel free to join me on the panel. The full life says he's going to jail this time. He can't defend all of this. Salute Miss Parker. Now, I won't be able, salute Shano, I won't be able to pay attention to the chat. Okay? So you know how it goes over here. If it's a comment or a question that you would like for me to read or answer, please purchase a super chat. But I'm more focusing on delivering this demonstration. So please forgive me if I don't salute you or if I don't get to your comment. And as I stated before, I dropped the YouTube link and I sent the YouTube link to a couple of you all. Please, if it's something that you would like to say, just join me on the panel. Click on the YouTube link. All right. Salute Tammy. Now, number two, the bookworm. Now, number two says, salute Lady Hawk. I see you, Lady Hawk. I see y'all. Number 2 says Sean Combs, the defendant, operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprise, and Combs Global, collectively the Combs business corporate entities in the Combs business included, among other things, record labels, a recording studio, an apparel line, an alcohol, spirit. My bad, I jumped too fast. I'm way down on 13, y'all. My bad. How the hell I get all the way down there, y'all? Salute, Michelle. Positive vibes. I see y'all in the chat. Salute. So let me read 2 again. It says Sean Combs, the defendant, operated his business headquartered at various times in Manhattan and Los Angeles under a variety of United States-based corporate entities, including Bad Boy Entertainment, Combs Enterprise, and Combs Global, collectively the Combs business corporate entities in the Combs business included, among other things, record labels, a recording studio, and apparel line, an alcoholic spirit business, a marketing agency, and a television network and media company. Wow. So it is a 14-page indictment. They're charging him with racketeering. They're also charging him with sex trafficking and kidnapping. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean for P. Diddy? What was up with the 1,000 bottles of baby oil? What were you doing? How many of y'all are aware? How many of y'all have heard about the baby oil, the lubricant jelly? This is what was confiscated. I mean, they said those P. Diddy parties was wild. They said those P. Diddy parties was off the chain. Over 1,000 bottles. Now, Judge Joe Brown, he weighed in on this. And an interesting thing that Judge Joe Brown mentioned, he said the P. Diddy case is similar to the R. Kelly's case. And in that Judge Joe Brown demonstration of him comparing it, he said that in the R. Kelly case, allegedly, they wanted a bigger fish. And that bigger fish happened to be a black man by the name of Jack Johnson. How many of y'all are familiar with the R. Kelly case? Shout out to Mel, because Mel did bring that to my attention. How many of y'all are familiar with the R. Kelly case? And did y'all know that they wanted Jack Johnson? Let's go to Judge Joe Brown, y'all. Give me a minute, y'all. Salute to the chat. I do see y'all in the chat. Salute. I don't use baby oil no more. I used to. I'm coming, y'all. I'm on my computer, so bear with me. But what are y'all thoughts? What are y'all thoughts? Bookworm says, were you ever inspired by P. Diddy when you were younger? Tina says, I heard that also. Are they kin folk? I wonder. Tammy says, I'm familiar with Jack Johnson. I wasn't inspired by P. Diddy. I wasn't inspired by P. Diddy. But I did like P. Diddy music. I'm coming, y'all. I wasn't inspired. I was more inspired by people like Tupac, DMX. Tammy says, "Who is JJ?" I'm coming, y'all. I'm gonna let Judge Joe Brown tell y'all. I didn't really get into P Diddy music. I can't find it. Out of the Storm, Positive Vibe says they was bald too. Out of the Storm says I was done with him after I don't write lines, I write checks in them shiny suits. Never inspired by him or his music. Tammy says I never cared for him really. I like some of his stuff. I'm having a hard time of finding it, y'all. Let me just come out of all of this. Let me go back to this indictment for a minute. Let me read some more of this indictment, and then we'll get around to Judge Joe Brown. I see you, beautiful. There go beautiful. I see you. Now, 3, it says, at all times relevant to this indictment, Sean Combs, the defendant, engaged in a persistent and pervasive pattern of abuse toward women and other individuals. This abuse was at times verbal, emotional, physical, and sexual. As part of his pattern of abuse, Combs manipulated women to participate in highly orchestrated performances of sexual activity with male commercial sex workers. At times, Combs and others acting as his direction made arrangements for women and commercial sex workers to fly to Combs' location. Combs ensured participation from the women by, among other things, obtaining and distributing narcotics to them, controlling their careers, leveraging his financial support and threatening to cut off the same and using intimidation and violence. Number 4 says physical abuse by Sean Combs. The defendant was recurrent and widely known on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years. Combs assaulted women by, among other things, striking, punching, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. These assaults were at times witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel on or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. So for all those, and it also says Combs' violence was also not limited to these women. It extended to his employees, witnesses to his abuse, and others. So let's go back and remember when the settlement out of court came with Cassidy and P. Diddy. Many of us, include myself, but many of us was wondering, was they going to be able to charge? Was they going to be able to charge P. Diddy with the assault on Cassidy? Remember, we always wondering. And at the time, it seemed like that they wasn't going to charge him. They wasn't going to be able to charge him simply because she settled out of court. Well, state and federal are two different jurisdictions. The state has their way of operating. The feds have their way. Certain things can't be done in a state court of law that can be done in a federal court of law. So it seemed like he was going to get off the hook. And I'm sure he probably felt as though he was going to get off the hook. As I stated before, the FBI works different than the state. Salute, Monica. A complete different ball game. So, whereas though the state, California, because it happened in LA, many wonder why hasn't the state of California brought any charges against P. Diddy? It's similar for all my Shanquilla Robinson people. It's similar. It's similar because California, where this happened at, California is Mexico. Okay, the unaliving of Shanquilla took place in Mexico, right? Now, the FBI had an opportunity to step in and press charges, right, on the Cabo Six. Just like in P. Diddy and Cassidy case, we have a video. The video don't lie, right? Now, if we can see in the P. Diddy and Cassidy video, we can see that that definitely was an attack. We saw Cassidy being attacked. Cassidy didn't put up a fight. Fast forward to the Shanquilla video, we saw Shanquilla was being attacked because not only didn't Shanquilla give up a fight, she referenced to fighting back as no. Mel, which link did you try? Which link did you try, Mel? Which link did you try? Try this link that I pinned in the chat. Try this link that I pinned in the chat, Mel. Try to click on the YouTube link that I sent in the chat. And let me come out for 1 second, y'all. I will be back, everybody. Don't go nowhere. Let me see if I could come out of this to bring some folks up on the panel with me. Let's see. Let's see, y'all. Give me a minute, y'all. Mel, go to your Facebook Messenger. Mel, go to your Facebook Messenger and click on that link, Mel. Mel, I sent the link to your Facebook Messenger. Go to Facebook Messenger. Y'all bear with me for a few. Salute everybody. So, Mel, go to your Facebook Messenger. So let me read some more of this indictment. Sean Combs, the defendant used the Combs business, including certain employees, to carry out, facilitate, and cover up his abusive and commercial sex. Those employees, including security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and high-ranking supervisors and other close associates, act as Combs' intermediaries, and their conduct was facilitated and assisted by Combs' control of the business. So, as I was saying, as far as the Shanquilla Robinson case, the feds were able to pick up and charge P. Diddy with racketeering, kidnapping, and sex trafficking. They were able to charge him with racketeering based off that video. You got a video. The video don't lie. So why can't the FBI bring charges against Cabo 6 for the unaliving of Shanquilla Robinson? It makes you think. It makes you wonder about this whole demonstration. So now the $1 million question is, who is P. Diddy going to give up? Let me stroll down. Okay, so now this is the racketeering conspiracy, number 13. It says from at least in or about 2008 through on or about the date of the filing of this indictment in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs, the defendant, and others known and unknown, being persons employed by and associated with the Combs enterprise, described in paragraph 6 through 12 of this indictment, an enterprise engaged in and the activities of which affected interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly combined, conspired, confederated, and agreed together and with each other to violate the racketeering laws of the United States, to wit, Title 18, United States Code, Section 1962C, that is to conduct and participate directly and indirectly in the conduct of the affairs of the Combs enterprise through a pattern of racketeering activity, as that term is defined in Title 18, United States Code, Section 19611 and 19615, consisting of multiple acts involving kidnapping, chargeable under the following provisions of state law: California Penal Code 207, kidnapping; California Penal Code 21A664, attempt; California Penal Code 31, aiding and abetting; and California Penal Code 182, conspiracy. I don't think he can give up anybody. He was the head and the snake at the top. Note, the workers and men aren't being charged with him. He is the big fish. And that's true out of the storm. However, salute Suntan, if he has any acknowledgement of any other crimes that doesn't even pertain to him, he might know of a big fish that got another RICO case, a racketeering case, that if P. Diddy cooperates with the feds, then the other big fish or other big fishes can be brought to justice as well. So even though in the Combs enterprise case, P. Diddy is the head honcho, however, he could have some dirt on other big fishes that has a criminal organization going on that he could give up information on and cut a deal with the feds. Now I'm going to come to the count two. I'm just going to briefly read on some of the count two. Sex trafficking by force. Sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion. Victim -1. The grand jury further charges. It says from at least in or about 2009 up to and including in or about 2018 in the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs, the defendant, in and affecting interstate and foreign commerce, knowingly recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, provided, obtained, advertised, maintained, patronized, and solicited by any means a person knowing in reckless disregard of the fact that means of force, threats of force, fraud, and coercion as described in Title 18, United States Code Section 1591E2, and any combination of such means would be used to cause the person to engage in a commercial sex act and attempted, aid and abetted, and willfully caused the same, to wit, Combs recruited, enticed, harbored, transported, and maintained a person, victim 1, and attempted, aided and abetted, and willfully caused victim 1 to engage in commercial sex acts, knowing in reckless disregard of the fact that victim 1 was engaging in commercial sex acts as a result of force, fraud, and coercion. Title 18, United States Code, Section 1591A1/B1/1594A and 2. These are some serious allegations. They got to count 3. Transportation to engage in prostitution. They got a lot of pimps. A lot of pimps were charged under this count 3 as well. The transportation to engage in prostitution. And not only had pimps been charged with this, just regular people have been charged with this count 3, transportation to engage in prostitution. So what that means is, if you have a friend, let's say you have a friend and your friend sets up some dates, right? We all know what the dates are. The cleanup word is escorts. You know, they don't really use prostitutes as the language no more. They use escorts. So if you have a friend that's an escort, and if you transport that friend that's an escort, if you transport that friend to a date, right, and there's money changing for the sexual activity that your friend that's an escort is having with the date, you can be charged with transportation to engage in prostitution. But let's read it. It says, the grand jury further charges, as 17, from at least in or about 2009 up to and including in or about 2024. In the Southern District of New York and elsewhere, Sean Combs, the defendant, knowingly transported an individual in interstate and foreign commerce with intent that the individual engage in prostitution, and attempted, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the same, to wit, Combs transported, aided, and abetted, and willfully caused the transportation of female victims and commercial sex workers in interstate and foreign commerce on multiple occasions with the intent that they engage in prostitution. Wow. Wow. Let me jump to the chat, y'all. Santan says all the drugs, guns, and transpiring across state lines will hold him. Transporting, I meant. Tammy says Pimpology 101. Beautiful says, can we get a translator on the panel? Sure, hit the panel with me. Hit the panel with me. Let me click on, let me see, y'all. Tammy says Shanky did it. I mean, come on. And there's still some folks that are coming to P. Diddy's defense. There are still some people that feel like they are trying to tear down a black man. Yeah, you know, that's how they feel. And everybody is entitled to their thoughts. Mel says that link is only to join your live. Yeah, that's what you're going to do, Mel. Yeah, click on the link and come on up. You'll be able to talk. Salute Juanita. Salute Juanita. Yeah, that's what I sent the link for. Yeah, go in and click on the link, Mel. But like I said, to join me on the live. Like I said, is it, how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel? Yeah, well, this is the panel. This is what I consider the panel. I'm not on StreamYard. So is set up different, Mel. It's set up different. Just click on the link and you'll see. Just click on the link. But how many of y'all feel like they're trying to kick a black man? They're trying to hold a black man down. I've seen some people make reference to they're trying to distract everyone away from the Donald Trump case. Well, this with P. Diddy has been going on way before the Donald Trump situations. We got to stop trying to distract our own selves from what's really going on. Hate to see him go down like that, but it is what it is. Salute, Perk. Salute. And it's, I mean, let's just be honest. Let's be honest now. If you or I, we're just regular Joe Blows and regular Susie Woozies. If we, salute Pee Wee, if we was in the same situation that P. Diddy is in, would the people be making a big fuss as far as they just trying to tear Shank Rock down, they just trying to tear. Right.
Oh, I just came to make sure the link worked for Mel. I'm gone.
Okay, appreciate your beautiful night, man. Yeah, just click on the link, Mel. Just click on the link. And anybody
you just gotta
else,
follow through, Mel, and make sure you turn on your settings for your microphone and stuff. It'll take you all the way through.
Yeah. And you don't have to show your face. You could do like Beautiful just done, or you could turn your camera elsewhere. But just click on the YouTube link and follow all the way through, and you will appear on the screen like Beautiful did. But back to what I was saying, as far as like just a regular Joe Blow or a regular Susie Woozy, would we be making reference to, are they just trying to tear black man down? Are they just trying to tear black women down? Because, I mean, I'm just going to keep it 100 with y'all. Most of the times, it ain't them trying to tear us down. Most of the times, it's us tearing our own selves down. Most of the times, and I always preach this, most of the times, it's not God trying to test you. It's not the devil riding your back. It's not your ops. It's not the white man. It's not your husband. It's not your wife. It's not your kids. It's not how you was raised. Most of the times, it's you. And in this case, it's P. Diddy. Because let's look at P. Diddy. I mean, and let's call a spade a spade. Let's look at P. Diddy. How many careers, right? How many careers did P. Diddy ruin? How many careers, how many artists did P. Diddy take advantage of? Where was all of this? They're trying to tear down a black man. Where was all of this when P. Diddy was tearing down these black artists? Y'all know I'm quick to advocate for black people. But at the same time, y'all know I'm quick to call a spade a spade. As black people, how can we expect to make progress if we don't want to hold each other accountable for the BS that we are doing? If you can't see the wrong doing that P. Diddy has done, I know, but shame, he's innocent until proven guilty. Okay. Well, what about the video that the whole world saw of P. Diddy dragging and punching Cassidy? Right? Well, Shank, you don't really know the whole story, because y'all know how we are. The truth can be right in front of our faces, but we still act dumb. I had to use that word. We still act stupid. We still don't get it. Now, for those that feel like, but Shank, we don't know the whole story. We don't know what really took place that made P. Diddy drag her and punch her. She could have stole some money from him. She could have kneed him in the balls. She could have been cheating on him. His attorney, P. Diddy's attorney, has came out and said that before y'all saw that, she hit P. Diddy upside the head with a phone. He also stated that Cassidy was cheating on P. Diddy um, with her husband. See the excuses. If all of that was the case, then why did P. Diddy, after the video was shown to the world, why did P. Diddy come forward and make the apology video? Y'all see, and y'all know how I am. I'm quick to get on one when the BS starts to come in. Now, y'all can, cover for P. Diddy all y'all want to. That's on y'all. But we got to start calling a spade a spade. This man was taking advantage of these women. It's in the federal indictment. It's there. It's there. And anybody that have dealt with the feds before, anybody that has had a federal case, anybody that has any knowledge of the feds, this is why I believe the feds cop out rate is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think the feds got is it a 96.3 or a 98.9 cop out rate? Meaning 1 out of 1,000,000 people take the feds to trial. 9 out of 10 people, when they catch a fed case, 9 out of 10 people cop a plea deal with the feds. Why? Because the feds got everything that they need on you to proceed to take your ass to trial and get a guilty verdict. So now all of these things, some of them I read to y'all in this indictment. The bribery. Who did he try to bribe, Shank? Go back to the video that the hotel security in LA, remember? He paid them a nice amount of money to make that video go away. That's robbery. That's called robbery. That's a form of robbery. So we can't sit up here and turn the blind's eye on P. Diddy in this indictment and don't call a spade a spade. This man allegedly is a monster. You can look at his mugshot. The mugshot tells it all. I was always taught, if you want to know anything about a man, just look in his eyes, because the eyes never lie. You can look at a person in the eyes and you could tell if they lying. I could tell when you lying. I just look in your eyes. So do we really want to push the narrative when it comes to P. Diddy in this indictment, in this federal case? Do we want to push the issue that they're just trying to tear down a black man? Or do we want to call a spade and call it for what it is and just see? This is all P. Diddy's doing. This is his doing. Go back to Biggie Smalls. What really happened to the notorious B.I.G.? Would any one of you like to answer my question? What really happened to Biggie? Did Biggie lose his life behind his beef between him and Tupac? Is that what caused Biggie to lose his life? Is Suge Knight behind Biggie's death? Who is behind the killing of the notorious B.I.G.? What do y'all always tell me? Shank, follow the money trail. Huh? Huh? Y'all always tell me, Shank, follow the money trail. Let's follow the money trail. Biggie's mother said the person that's responsible for my son's death is the person that's making a lot of money off of my son. That's P. Diddy. That's P. Diddy. Shank, why would P. Diddy want Biggie Smalls dead? Because he was making P. Diddy money. Do the math. How much money was made off of Biggie Smalls when Biggie Smalls was alive? Now, ask yourself, how much more money was made when Biggie Smalls died? There you go, right there. But Shane, Biggie and Puffy, they were friends. No, they wasn't. They wasn't friends. They wasn't friends. Puffy from Harlem, Biggie from Brooklyn. They didn't grow up together. In fact, Biggie was more friends with Tupac than he was P. Diddy. Benita SLK, I see y'all down there in the chat. They sure was not friends. I see y'all. So can I get somebody else to click on this YouTube link? Y'all don't have to stay. Just click on that YouTube link so I could see, so we could see if that YouTube link is working. Because I want, this is one of those demonstrations where I would love to get the opinions of others. So click on that link. Click on that link. All right, there go Juanita. Right. Right. So there's Juanita. Juanita, which link did you click on Instagram or in the chat?
The one on Instagram, the one in the chat don't work.
The one in the chat don't work?
Nah, only way I had to do it, you're supposed to go to Instagram. The one in the chat don't work.
Right.
So if they want to come up, they got to go to Instagram. If they in Instagram.
Do you want to stay up here with me, or you going to drop
I'll
back?
stay up for a little while.
Okay, that's fine. What's your take on it, Juanita? What's your take on it?
Like I said in the chat, at the end of the day, Diddy brought this on himself. He let the money and that power and his status go to his head. I mean, if he a freak, he a freak. Nothing wrong with that. But when you commit criminal acts with your freakness, then you gotta pay the cost. No one should be, he shouldn't have been trafficking girls, submitting people to have sex when they didn't want to, giving them drugs and, drugging them and all this kind of foolishness. That's not, how can you make somebody do something against their will? That's against the law. So now, at the end of the day, he got to pay for what he did. He just paying the piper. He been doing this for years. And I still believe in my heart of heart, he got Biggie A-Star and he got Tupac A-Star.
Yeah.
It all comes back to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No matter how you see it, what it looked like, too many people have said it. It all comes back to Diddy.
Yeah.
And this is the one time he can't pay his way out of this one.
Nah.
He cannot pay his way out of this. And I knew sooner or later it was going to come because Anytime the FBI set something out on you, trust and believe. They gonna come and get you. I know this for myself. They will sit, they will watch, they will wait, and when the time is right, they're gonna make their move. And once they make their move, you ain't got nothing else to do but surrender. Now, as far as popping that plea deal, I heard that a lot of people make plea bargains with the feds
Yeah.
because they don't want to serve all that time. So they will try to cop a plea, come up, whatever deal that would be best for them if they're guilty. But they knew Diddy was guilty a long time ago. And who knows how long the feds been watching him.
Yeah.
They could have been watching him for a long time. But they needed enough evidence to make their case.
Yeah.
So now when they finally got enough, I don't feel sorry for him.
Nope. Nope.
I don't feel sorry for him at all because to me, that's some narcissist shit.
Say it again.
He wanted to be in control. That's
Yeah.
some narcissist shit. He wanted to be
Yeah.
in control. He thought he was a goddess.
Yeah.
And then they say, well, when he don't get his way, he get upset.
Yeah.
What? So, like I said, I don't feel sorry for him. If you do the crime, you gotta do the time.
Beretta. Remember Beretta?
Just that simple. You gotta do he gotta take his bed and lay in it.
Gotta lay in it.
He made it.
That's all him, Juanita.
He
That's
made
all
it.
P. Diddy.
He made it. I don't
Did,
care who he was in cahoots with, who he was, who his little organization was, whoever pumped his head up. He can think for himself.
yeah.
If somebody's trying to yank me into something that I know that is not right and I'm gonna end up doing some time for, you think I'm gonna let him pump me up like that? No, man, I'm not going down for what you want me to do. So those was his decisions, his choice. So he gotta live by it.
Call me what you want. Call me scared. Call me soft.
Hey,
Call
I'll
me
be a
what you want to
chicken,
call me.
I'll be a punk, I'll be a sucker, I'll be whatever the hell you want me to be. But to go back to that jailhouse and sit in that 4x5 cell, I need 2x2 with a toilet in the room. Call me what you want.
And Juanita, he older. So and he's going from a lavish lifestyle to going and coming whenever he wanted to, getting whatever he wanted, eating. I mean, he just imagine, just like I know. Imagine where he at now.
But that's what I'm saying. Like when you in your 20s and your 30s, we do crazy stuff. We live and learn. We'll mess up some stuff without. But when you get in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, it's no excuse.
No excuse.
Like, why is you still living like you 30, like you 20 and 30 years old? Come on. You make bad choices, you suffer consequences from it. When you grow old, you supposed to gain wisdom. You supposed to be a little wiser. You supposed to make different choices.
And I'm playing with all this money. I'm sitting on all this money. I mean, we talking about P. Diddy. Like, why are you forcing these women and some men? Why are you P. Diddy?
That don't make no sense to me, though.
You can get, you got a choice of, top-notch women. You P.
Women would
Diddy.
throw themselves at you nowadays. Nowadays women just throw themselves at men. It's no excuse for him to make somebody to do something against their will. And I think for him, because of his status, because of the money he had, he let that money, status, and power go to his head. And he feel like him being P. Diddy, he could do whatever he want when he wanted. And if you don't do what he tell you, he gonna force you to.
Yep. I believe that his attorney offered $50 million, but
They denied that.
the judge said no,
Yeah,
no,
he denied
no,
that.
no.
And I see why, because see, in my mind, when I first heard the fact that they denied it, because for one, he got a private jet.
Yeah.
And we know with people with private jets, he can get on that jet and he can come off the radar real fast, like.
Yeah.
And he end up somewhere where they can't expedite him back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the judge was smart enough to deny the bond because he could have been a flight risk.
Yeah. And here we go again. He wasn't thinking. He just moved to Harlem. He moved to New York. It's like, yo, don't you know that an indictment is being an indictment? I mean, come on, man. You gotta know P. Diddy. They coming
Yeah,
for you.
right. But he went back to New York.
Yes.
Of all places, he just actually went back to New York. And that was their time to get him.
You got to catch me. It is what it is. You got to catch me. I'm running.
Right.
I ain't
Be
turning
free.
I think I turned myself in one time. I had a probation violation. This one time I turned myself in. I had a probation violation.
I ain't never turned myself in. I say they can get me when they get me.
Huh.
And when they got me, that was it. But I was free for a good while.
Yeah, you come on. And it's like Diddy. That's why for me, I don't feel sorry for him. Like I said,
I
I've
don't even.
made bids, and I just made a bid made out of steel and nails and ice picks that I had to lay in. You know what I mean? And I'd be like, God
Right.
damn it, but I made that bid.
But you got to look at this like he wanted to be a bad boy, right? He named his record label Bad Boy. He played that role to the T. He really filled in his mind he was a bad boy. And he took it for what it was. But Diddy been doing this shit for a long time. I mean, come on, 30 years when he set up Biggie, when he set up Tupac. Come on. You know, he made money off Biggie when Biggie died. You feel what I'm saying? And Biggie was about to leave. He's about to do his own thing. But everything he done, he think, okay, he got like he paid for it to get rid of the tape. Yeah, that's a charge right there because that was bribery.
It's robbery.
He paid them people off. You know, and he always paid off stuff so it won't catch up to him. But at the end of the day, whatever done in the dark, surely gonna come to light.
Yep.
I don't care what it is, what it look like. It might not come today, might not come tomorrow, but trust and believe it's gonna come.
It's coming. We
Yeah,
all
it's
we
gonna
we
come.
all affirm, we know it's coming back to you.
Been there, done that.
It's coming back.
It's gonna come back on you.
It's coming back.
Yeah. So I think his head got too big and he underestimated himself. And you know, my heart goes out to his kids though. My hearts go out because for one, allegedly he killed the mother. Allegedly. He had something to do with Kim Porter death. Allegedly. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, he had something to do with Albie Shore. I mean, come on, allegedly. But I feel sorry for his kids, man.
Yeah.
I pray that his daughters, because his sons, they like he got them brainwashed. They riding like daddy, you know. But I pray for them. You know, I just pray they be all right.
They think daddy gonna get off because daddy got money. Daddy been getting away with it for years because daddy got money. Daddy can
Yeah,
pay
but
this off. Daddy can pay that off. Nah.
not this time. Not this time. Because he got too much going down. He got too many charges coming against him.
There are a lot of people in the feds with money. John
Yeah.
Gotti had money. A lot of people in the feds got money. So Don't think that, oh, they got money, they're gonna get a good attorney. It don't work like that all the time. I
No,
know
it
people
don't.
in state prison that had good attorneys, spent money
And still
on
ain't get
attorneys,
off. Yeah,
and
and
still
still
lost the
ain't get off.
case.
Right. Money don't, money is the root of all evil. So money ain't gonna take care of everything.
No.
It's not gonna take care of everything. And see, and I think he felt like he could just pay off some people and still walk the street being a free man. But we know in this day and time, it don't work like that no more. And I go back to what Kat said. Kat said 2024, everybody gonna be exposed.
Ain't that
So
what Cat said?
that's what Kat said, and I see that. So he got what he got. It's a sad situation, but I don't feel sorry for him.
No, I don't. Not one bit. You gotta lay. You make that bit. You gotta lay in it.
Hey, truth be told, yes. That's why you have to be very careful and choose wisely what you do. You get what you put out. If you put out bad in the universe, you're gonna get it back bad.
Yeah.
You put out good, you get it good.
And things do happen to good people. Things do
All
happen
the time.
to people that don't bother nobody.
All the
But
time.
the difference between the people that don't bother nobody, that bad things happen to, when it all play out, they get
Right.
the victory in the end.
Right.
But the people that's bad, that put out the dirt, it all comes back at the end when it play out. It comes. So what I'm saying is karma
Spin
visits
block.
all of us
Yeah.
in the end, eventually.
Yeah. I see it like this. I see it like God gave us free will, right? He gave us the will and his will, and it's what you make of your choices in your life, what you do. Because there is karma. It is a such thing as karma, and karma always spin the block. When you decide to take it upon yourself to do what you want to do when you want to do it, knowing that it's bad and you run the risk to do it, you're going to suffer them consequences. Period. There's no getting around it. You're going to suffer the consequences of your actions. And that's where he at right now. He's going to have to suffer the consequences of his actions. Because it's against the law to bring females cross state. It's against the law to have, sex trafficking, racketeering. Come on, you know the law. It's against it. Why would you go against the law? Because you're a bad boy and you think you can't be touched. See,
And
Diddy
that's
thought he was invincible. He thought he was untouchable because he immobile. But
I
we always,
think I got it, y'all. Think I got it.
What Mel? Tell Mel, come on
Now,
up here.
whether they go after him for the Mann Act about something crossing state line, achievable federal offense.
All right, let's listen to Judge Joe Brown.
Law and that kind of thing. They had something in particular they were looking for.
Right.
And they didn't expect it in one place, only at the other. See, but I'm surprised they brought that up because that has absolutely nothing to do with any conceivable federal offense. That's
let me ask you this. So do you think that he's going to be prosecuted like R. Kelly, just to be out the way?
R. Kelly got prosecuted federally under the Mann Act, which was how the FBI got created. They got created to set that up so they could get Jack Johnson specifically, which they did.
Did y'all hear that?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that, Juanita?
Yeah, I heard it.
They went after R. Kelly to get Jack Johnson.
Right.
Wow.
And he might be going out to Diddy to get Clyde Davis or, you know, whoever. You know, it's always they call, there's a small fish, there's a big fish, and there's a bigger fish. And most times they get the small fish to get the bigger fish or the big fish.
And that's so true.
Yeah, so if he keep it all to himself, then he gonna do all the time to himself. But I don't know.
Any last words before we get out of here, Juanita?
Nah, I just want to say, you know, he paid the cost to be the boss, and look where he at. You can't put out bad and think you're gonna get good. You don't get rewarded like that. So you have to be wise about the decisions and the choices you made because you only have one life to live, and you don't want to mess that life up. So I just wish that hopefully somehow, some way, we'll have a better world to live in than what we are in today. That's all I have to say, Shane.
I appreciate you, Juanita. Salute.
All right, salute, Shane. Take it easy.
All right, appreciate you.
All right.
I appreciate everybody for pulling up to this demonstration. My final words, my final thoughts. You reap what you sow. Don't be another P. Diddy. Don't make a bid that your ass can't lay in. Because there's a such thing as karma. Salute everybody. I'll see everybody back tomorrow. Salute.